Good evening and welcome to this edition of the Evening News for today, Saturday, May 27, 2023. I am Jemima Holmes. Thank you for tuning in. In the headlines tonight, critical MAHDIA fire victim flown overseas for treatment as DNA results positively identify bodies of 13 victims. APNU, a no-show as parties contesting LGE sign code of conduct. Government to explore joint gas development with Suriname, says VP JAGDEO, and only 11 speech-language therapists in Guyana. Now for the news in detail. We begin tonight's newscast by telling you that one of the girls who are still in critical condition following the tragic fire at the MAHDIA Secondary School dorm was earlier today medevaced to the United States for further medical treatment. Pooja Rambaran has the details.
The burn victim was medevaced to the globally renowned Northwell Health Burn Care Center in New York to seek advanced treatment. She was picked up by the Global Rescue Ambulance, which has an air ambulance at the Jagadeo International Airport. Meanwhile, Prime Minister Mark Phillips, during an update on Friday, reiterated the government of Guyana's commitment to aiding the children and families affected by the fire.
We have a list of ministers who are working with each family, and as you know, families were brought to Georgetown along with patients who were brought to Georgetown, and we from the government side is funding the upkeep of those families in terms of allowances, financial assistance. By the time they're going to be in Georgetown, we're covering all the accommodation, the meals, and the transportation of the family to the hospital to see their loved ones. And we provided personal care, hygiene hampers to the families who were in Georgetown, and also to families back home in their respective villages. We provided food hampers, not only to the families, but to the villages.
This is in addition to the mental health support being offered to those affected by the incident. PM Phillips also confirmed that the Commission of Inquiry will help to improve dorm facilities across the country.
We'll continue to have students in dorms throughout Guyana, and coming out of the Commission of Inquiry, in addition to determining blameworthiness, it will also offer an opportunity for recommendations that will help all of us to improve the dorms, the facilities that we house our students.
The MAHDIA Secondary School female dormitory typically housed some 59 students who lived in villages including Maikobi, Curtis Paru, El Paso, and Chenapao. Pooja Rambaran for the Evening News.
The bodies of 13 persons who died in the fatal fire at the MAHDIA dorm were positively identified on Friday, and according to the government, those bodies will now be released to their respective families for funeral arrangements. Here is Pooja Rambaran again with more.
This was announced on Friday by the Health Ministry. The DNA analysis was performed on the remains that were deemed unrecognizable. This was done by Professor and System Chair Dr. Carlos Cardon Cardo alongside a team of experts at the Pathology Laboratory of New York-based Mount Sinai. Earlier in the week, samples from forensic specimens taken from the bodies of 13 female students were obtained by Dr. Shubhakar Karapal, a specialist pathologist from Barbados. Meanwhile, one forensic specimen obtained from the 5-year-old male victim was taken by Guyanese pathologist Dr. Nihal Singh. These samples were compared to those taken from the parents and siblings of the children. Arrangements have now been put in place by the Guyana Police Force for families to take possession of the identified bodies. The government will continue to offer assistance with funeral arrangements over the following days. The first funeral of the 19 who perished in the MAHDIA fire was held on Wednesday. Sabrina John was buried in the presence of her family at Curtis Paru Village, Region 8. Pooja Rambaran for the Evening News.
A number of political parties, groups, and individuals participating in the upcoming local government elections were on hand to sign a code of conduct administered by the Ethnic Relations Commission earlier today. However, the absence of one major party, the opposition, a Partnership for National Unity, did not go unnoticed. Gerald Bryan reports.
On Saturday, the Ethnic Relations Commission (ERC) facilitated the signing of its Code of Conduct ahead of local government elections. The Code of Conduct binds contestants to promote ethnic harmony and avoid hate speech and actions that will disrupt the peace. A number of political parties, groups and individuals participating in the upcoming polls signed on. However, a notable absence was the APNU. ERC Chairman Moen Ol-Haq lauded those who did show up, while exhorting everyone to be mindful of how they campaign during the election season.
While we welcome and remain encouraged by the related responses, however, sometimes the narrative of messaging creates reasons for concern. At this important juncture, we would like to reiterate that all endeavor for responsible approaches in an effort to ensure that the remaining period of the campaign is free from ethnic division, discrimination, hate speech, incitement, and provocation.
Former AFC Member of Parliament Michael Carrington, who is now running to represent his village of Haruni, Yarrowcabra, made it clear he has no problem with signing the Code of Conduct. Asked about the absence of APNU from the signing, Carrington noted that the major party should have signed the code.
Recently I decided that our village needs proper representation, so I decided I'm going to run for that area. We have a vibrant group. Our group is not really just a political group. Our group is a development group which will be taking part, doing a lot of what's called skill training, job creation and marketing. Basically I think they should have signed it. If they did not sign it or they don't want to sign it, I don't know the reason why. But we sign it because we think that we need a good code of conduct. People need to behave in the right way. Racism is high in Guyana. We need to change that. We can't allow that to multiply in the future in Guyana. Guyana will have no future with people being just don't like each other because of different race. So if they said they're not signing it, I can't do nothing about it. But I think it is totally wrong of them not to sign it.
Shaz Ali, who represents the Citizens Initiative, also expressed concern over the larger parties' non-committal to the code. He noted that no one wants a repeat of the 2020 general elections.
Well, I didn't see any representation from the APNU party here, which I'm assuming is them. But the chairman did mention that there were some person that refused to be here for the signing.
Jarrell Bryan, The Evening News.
Coming up on the other side of the break, government to explore joint gas development with Suriname, says VP JAGDEO. Please stay tuned.
Why you must vote at local government elections. Local government officials make decisions every day that affect the well-being of your life, the lives of your family and community. By voting for a voluntary group, political party or individual candidate of your choice, you will be electing the people who will make these very important decisions. If you don't vote, then you allow other people who do vote to choose local government officials without your input. Those others may not share your views about issues that matter to you. Voting also provides you with an opportunity to remind the elected government officials that they are accountable to you. Every eligible citizen has the right and responsibility to vote at local government elections. Monday, June 12, 2023 is Local Government Elections Day. For further information, contact GCOM on 225-0277-9, 226-6557, 223-9650, or visit the GCOM website at www.gcom.org.gy.
Sally's Boutique is the place to shop when looking for quality high-end men and women footwear, wristwear, wallets, and clothing. Follow us on Instagram, Sally's Boutique GY. We're located at Charlotte Street between Camp and Welton Streets. Contact us on 231-7519. That's 231-7519. WhatsApp 613-9578. That's 613-9578. Sally's Boutique, the new home of Clarks.
Virtual Keynote. It's a game of numbers. Choose your lucky numbers and win up to 10,000 times your stake. Visit www.superbet.gy to place your bets. Must be 18 years and older. Terms and conditions apply. Play responsibly. Superbet, your best bet.
Welcome back. You're watching the Evening News. Region 6 Chairman David Armagon is calling on Guyanese to live as one nation, which he says is one of the greatest tributes to the 19 children who lost their lives in the MAHDIA Secondary School dormitory fire. Andrew Carmichael reports that the chairman made this call during his address at the region's flag-raising ceremony to usher in Guyana's 57th independence anniversary. Let's have a look.
The greatest tribute that we could perhaps pay to those students who lost their lives, some of whom were born beyond recognition and will have to do DNA tests to know whose children they are or they were. They will always be remembered in our country.
That was Region 6 Chairman David Armagon at a flag-raising ceremony hosted at State House in New Amsterdam. The Independence Day ceremony was turned into a vigil as Guyana mourned the death of 19 children who tragically died in a fire. The Guyana Police Force had said that the fire was set by one student in retaliation to her cellular phone being taken away. The regional chairman called on all Guyanese to take an example from the incident and ensure that when people are aggrieved and seem to be mentally disturbed, attention needs to be paid to them.
Because we do not know when such things can happen. And maybe that particular girl had issues too. But unfortunately, our issues have led to a catastrophe.
The MAHDIA incident took place just before Guyana observed its 57th independent anniversary, during which the country celebrates the progress that we as a nation have been continuously making. Armagon said the incident will always be remembered whenever Guyana celebrates its independence anniversary going forward. He called on Guyanese to continue to look out for each other, to continue to live together and as one, as well as to continue to break down the racial barriers that still exist.
We in Guyana must continue to live as one nation, and that is perhaps the greatest tribute that we can pay to these children who have lost their lives. Guyana is today progressing at a very rapid pace. And those children, I'm sure, would have made important contribution to the development of our country. Unfortunately, they are gone, but their memory will remain with us. So as each one of us in our own way commemorate Independence Day tomorrow, let us continue to reflect in the memory of these young students, and let us pray that their souls be rest in peace.
Andrew Carmichael, The Evening News.
The Guyana government is expected to establish a national gas strategy that would look into the many variables as these relate to utilizing the gas resources. Among the options that would be considered is the possible collaboration with neighboring Suriname. More in this Rupasina report.
In the Stabroek Block offshore Guyana, United States oil giant ExxonMobil and its co-venturers have found some 17 trillion cubic feet of gas. Exxon had previously said that significant discoveries were made further to the southeast towards the Suriname border, where there is a higher gas content in the fields like Pluma and Haimara. During a press conference on Thursday, Vice President Dr. JAGDEO said that with similar gas discoveries made offshore the Dutch-speaking nation, there is greater possibilities for the two South American neighbors to pool resources for a joint gas development.
So our gas strategy will examine all that we've found so far. We're examining that. The type of gas, what it takes, the economics of getting it out, the market, and then compare that, as I said before, with some of its use in some areas like Pluma more gas was found there, less oil. Right across the border in Suriname, they have discovered some gas fields, looking at the possibility of joint development. All of that is part of the study.
There has been significant gas discovery in Block 58 off the coast of Suriname. President Dr. Irfan Ali has already been talking about establishing an energy corridor between Guyana and its two surrounding neighbors, Suriname and Brazil. In fact, the three nations have already held several discussions on combining their ability to create an energy corridor and unlock the potential for a series of manufacturing and industrial development. However, those talks had featured Suriname's President Chandrika Persad Santoki and former Brazilian President Jair Bolsonaro, who was voted out of office in December 2022. His successor, current Brazilian President Luiz Inácio Lula da Silva and President Ali are expected to meet in the new week to discuss a wide range of issues, including energy. Rupa Sinarain, The Evening News.
With only 11 speech and language therapists currently providing services across Guyana for persons requiring such care, the Health Ministry has been prompted to encourage persons to join the profession. Rupa Sinarain joins us again with the details.
Speech and language therapist Sonia Fredericks appeared on the Health Matters program this week as the country joins the observance of Better Hearing and Speech Month. According to her, 10 of the 11 speech and language therapists are stationed in Georgetown, posing a challenge in access for other areas. This year has been focused on raising awareness on the need for more such health professionals.
To build a strong foundation, you need a human resource. And that's what we need in Guyana. Presently in Guyana, we only have 11 speech and language therapists serving the entire country. And 10 of these speech and language therapists are in Georgetown. So that means all the other regions do not have a speech and language therapist.
Currently, the ministry relies on rehabilitation assistants to fill the gaps, but she zeroed in on the need to build a stronger foundation in such services.
And to build a stronger foundation, this is where we have to start. We need more human resource. So this is why in going with the team, we have focus on encouraging others and teaching them and letting them know about the profession so that many can join and we could build a stronger foundation. We do understand and know the need that the audiology field too, they do need more staff. So when you do enter this profession, it's not, as you see, our room is more child friendly. It isn't all about children. Sometimes when everyone thinks about speech language therapists, they think, oh, those are the young ladies who help the little children to talk. No. I would like you to know we also work with adults. We work with patients who have had a stroke and their speech have been affected. We help those persons. We work with persons who have swallowing and feeding problems, and this could be both children and adults.
Speech-language therapists are experts in communication, working with people of all ages in diagnosing and treating communication and swallowing disorders. On the other hand, audiologists specialize in assessing and preventing hearing and balance disorders, as well as providing audiologic treatment. The University of Guyana currently offers a Bachelor of Science degree in Speech-Language Therapy and Audiology under the School of Medicine. Rupa Sinarain, The Evening News.
And now for a look at the bridge reports.
The Demerara Harbour Bridge will be closed to vehicular traffic on Sunday, May 28th, 2023 at 10 hours 30 for a period of 1.5 hours. Meanwhile, the Berbice River Bridge is expected to be closed at 10 hours 20 on Sunday, May 28th, 2023, also for a period of 1.5 hours.
And now the local stock exchange market compliments of GASI. Guyana pulls off remarkable win, defending 39 runs in women's T20 Blaze tournament. This and more coming up in the Sportcast, sponsored by MACORP.
Looking to bring your dream home to reality? Or simply taking on a home improvement project? Then National Hardware Limited is where you should start. Let us put that touch to your home. Choose from over 1,000 Berger Paint original hues for any surface. We are known for our trusted brands such as Westinghouse, Philips, Sadco, Rubbermaid, Pyrex, Gibson Home, and so much more. National Hardware Limited, your do-it-best store. Located in downtown Georgetown and industrial site Rhymeville.
Come visit us on Waterloo Street. John Lewis Styles.
Contractors, let the quality of your road constructions speak for themselves by investing in a walk-behind vibratory roller from Sylvies. Apart from improving productivity, our roller provides better compaction for soil and asphalt. Designed with the ability to turn, this machine also offers great flexibility for precise work near walls and sidewalks. Order it now before it's gone at sylviesonline.com or at our 31 High and Hatfield Street store.